We're diving deep into the 1960D mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has sparked interest in the numismatic world, especially due to its staggering current market value of $2.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. This humble penny could be worth more than most of us would ever imagine. So grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and let's uncover the secrets of this rare coin. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why it's worth such a massive sum, but also how to check your own pennies for potential treasures. To start, let's talk about the 1960D mint mark penny itself. This coin is part of the larger collection of Lincoln pennies, which were first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design of the penny, featuring President Lincoln on the obverse, was created by Victor David Brenner, and it quickly became one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. Now, in 1960, the U.S. Mint issued a standard penny, just like they do every year, but there was something unique about the 1960D. The D Mint mark indicates that this particular penny was produced at the Denver Mint. Typically, pennies from this year are not particularly rare, but there is one version of the 1960D penny that stands apart and has caught the attention of collectors. In 1960, the U.S. Mint produced two variations of the penny, the small date and the large date. The difference between these two versions is subtle but crucial. On the small date version, the numbers in the date are noticeably smaller, and they sit closer together, whereas the large date has bigger numbers that are spaced further apart. Most of the 1960D pennies you'll encounter will be the large date version. However, the small date variation is where the magic happens. This version is extremely rare, and finding one in excellent condition can be like stumbling upon a gold mine. So why is this specific 1960D small date penny worth such an astronomical amount? The reason lies in both its rarity and its unique characteristics. There were only a limited number of these pennies struck with the small date, and even fewer of them have survived in mint condition. When it comes to coins, condition is key. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are in near-perfect or perfect condition are highly sought after by collectors. If you've ever heard of the term mint state, or MS, when discussing coins, that's the top tier of quality. The 1960D small date penny that has fetched the highest price was in mint state, meaning it was in pristine, uncirculated condition. But what really drives the value of these coins is their rarity. While most 1960D pennies are common and only worth their face value, the small date version is a different story altogether. There are only a few known examples in top condition, which makes this coin a true treasure for collectors. Now, let's talk about the real jaw-dropper, the current market value of the 1960D small date penny. The coin that's currently worth $2.5 million is a perfect example of the kind of rarity that makes certain coins so valuable. This specific penny was sold at a major coin auction and caught the attention of collectors around the world. It went for a price that most people would associate with high-end art, luxury cars, or real estate. This $2.5 million penny was graded at an MS67, which is nearly flawless. Only a handful of coins in the world have been given this grade, making it an incredibly prized piece in the numismatic community. Of course, not every 1960D small date penny is worth that much. The value of these coins can range from a few $100s to several thousand, depending on their condition. But still, the fact that this coin exists as a $2.5 million piece shows just how much the right collector is willing to pay for a piece of history. So, how can you tell if you have a 1960D small date penny in your collection? First, take a look at the date. If the numbers are small and close together, it's a small date. If they are large and spaced out, you've got the large date version. It's a simple trick, but one that can save you a lot of time when sorting through your pennies. Next, you'll want to check the condition of the coin. Coins that have been kept in good condition are more likely to be valuable. Look for scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear. Coins that are in excellent shape, with little to no signs of handling, are the most valuable. If you find a 1960D small date penny in good condition, it's time to get it professionally graded by a trusted numismatic service. These organizations will assign a grade to the coin, which is essential in determining its market value. Coins that have been graded as MS65 or higher can command premium prices. While the 1960D small date penny is certainly one of the most exciting coins to hunt for, it's not the only rare penny out there. There are plenty of other rare Lincoln pennies and U.S. coins that can be worth a pretty penny, pun intended. For example, the 1909 SVDB penny, the 1914 D penny, and the 1955 double die penny are all coins that collectors drool over. Each of these has its own unique story and history, just like the 1960 D small date penny. So, if you're serious about building a valuable coin collection, be sure to keep an eye out for other rarities. If you happen to find a 1960 D small date penny or any other rare coin in your collection, you might be wondering how to sell it. There are a few options available to you. You can sell your coin through an auction, either online or at a physical coin auction. There are also dealers who specialize in rare coins, and they can help you determine the value of your coin and find the right buyer. Before selling, however, it's important to do your research. Get multiple opinions on the value of your coin and ensure that you're working with a reputable dealer or auction house. The world of rare coin sales can be tricky, but with the right knowledge and resources, you can make sure that your coin finds the right buyer at the right price. To wrap up, the 1960 D small date Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in U.S. history. While most pennies from this year are worth just 1 cent, this rare variation has caught the attention of collectors, with one specimen fetching a staggering $2.5 million. If you're lucky enough to have one of these pennies, or if you're simply looking to learn more about coin collecting, keep in mind that condition and rarity are everything in the world of numismatics. Whether it's this particular penny or any other rare coin, understanding what makes them valuable can be the key to unlocking some incredible finds. We're diving deep into one of the most valuable and fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1962 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Not all pennies are created equal, and the 1962 D is a prime example of how rare, unique coins can significantly increase in value over time. We're going to explore why this penny is so special, how it made its way into the market, and how it's now worth an incredible $2.6 million. So, let's get started. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1962 D penny, let's take a brief look at the history of the Abraham Lincoln penny. First introduced in 1909, the Lincoln penny was designed by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner. Brenner's design featured a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, which became a beloved symbol of American currency. The reverse side initially displayed two wheat ears, known as the wheat reverse, which remained on the coin until 1958. After that, the reverse design was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial, a design that would remain in use for decades. However, despite the history of this coin, not all pennies are worth significant amounts. Most Lincoln pennies are worth only their face value, 1 cent. But there are exceptions, and the 1962 D penny is one of them. In 1962, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies to meet the needs of a growing economy. The D Mint mark indicates that these pennies were minted in Denver. Most 1962 D pennies were struck using standard minting processes, making them common and, at the time, not worth anything beyond their 1 cent value. However, certain coins, especially from specific years, can be valuable due to factors like minting errors, rarity, and demand. The 1962 D penny is one such example. Why? Let's get into the specifics of what makes the 1962 D penny so unique. While many 1962 D pennies are still worth just a penny, a small number of these coins feature a unique minting error that drastically increases their value. The key error in these coins is a die break or a double die issue, where the coin's image was improperly struck twice. This caused certain 1962 D pennies to feature a faint or distorted doubling of Abraham Lincoln's image and some of the letters, especially on the Liberty inscription. This error, while subtle, is highly sought after by collectors because it's rare and difficult to spot with the naked eye. For most people, it might just look like a regular 1962 D penny, but to an experienced numismatist, this coin is a rare gem. Collectors and dealers value these errors highly because of how uncommon they are, and that's what has propelled the 1962 D penny into the spotlight. So, how much is this penny worth today? Well, the 1962 D double die error penny has been known to sell for hundreds, even thousands, of dollars depending on its condition and quality. But here's where things get truly exciting. One of these rare coins recently sold for an astounding $2.60 million. This particular coin, which was graded in exceptional condition, set a record for the highest price ever paid for a Lincoln penny. What's fascinating is that this coin had all the right attributes: a clear and noticeable die error, excellent preservation, and the right buyer with the right passion for rare numismatic treasures. Now that we know the 1962 penny can be worth millions, let's explore what exactly makes it so valuable. There are a few key factors at play. While billions of pennies were minted in 1962, only a tiny percentage of these have the double die error. As with any collectible, rarity is a major factor in determining value. The condition of a coin is critical. The more well-preserved the coin, the higher its value. Coins in mint condition with minimal wear and tear are much more valuable. The demand for rare and error coins is driven by collectors, investors, and enthusiasts who are always on the lookout for special finds. The more people want the coin, the higher the price can go. The Abraham Lincoln penny has been part of American currency for over a century, making it an iconic piece of U.S. history. Collectors value coins that represent not just monetary history but the legacy of figures like Abraham Lincoln. You might be wondering how to tell if your 1962 penny is valuable. Identifying the error requires some careful observation. Here are a few tips to help you spot a rare 1962 double die penny. Check the date and the Liberty inscription on the obverse for any signs of doubling. This is the most common form of error on the 1962 penny. Inspect the mint mark. The D mint mark on these pennies should be sharp and clear, but sometimes it can show signs of a doubled impression as well. Examine the overall strike quality. Poor or uneven strikes can indicate that you have an error coin, but you'll need a keen eye or magnification to catch subtle issues. If you think your coin might be valuable, it's worth getting it professionally graded by a trusted numismatic service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Grading can significantly impact the value of your coin. If you do happen to find a 1962 penny with a double die error, you may be wondering whether you should sell it or keep it. This depends on your personal interest in numismatics. If you're a collector, it might be a prized addition to your collection. On the other hand, if you're in it for the financial gain, selling it to a collector or auction house could net you a significant sum. Before making a decision, make sure to get an accurate valuation and have your coin properly authenticated. Some rare coins can become even more valuable over time, so holding on to it for a few years might prove to be a wise decision. In conclusion, the 1962 mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a prime example of how a small minting error can result in a coin worth millions. Its rarity, condition, and historical significance make it a true treasure for collectors and investors alike. If you find a rare penny in your pocket change, it's worth taking a closer look. Who knows, you might just have the next $2.6 million penny on your hands. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting numismatic content. We're diving into a fascinating and highly valuable coin, the 1988 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think it's just a regular penny, but wait until you learn about its unique rarity and mind-blowing current market value, which stands at an incredible $2.7 million. Now, if you've got a coin collection or even just a jar of pennies lying around, you'll want to stick around for this. You may just have a fortune sitting right under your nose. Let's get started. To understand how this penny became so valuable, we first need to look at its background. The 1-cent penny has been a part of American currency since 1793. It's always featured the image of Abraham Lincoln, and since 1909, it's been produced with his likeness in the center. Now, in 1988, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies for circulation, as they do every year. Most of these pennies were struck with a mint mark, a tiny letter indicating where the coin was made, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But here's where it gets interesting. Some 1988 pennies were accidentally struck without a mint mark, making them extremely rare. Mint marks are typically seen on the reverse side of the coin, under the date. When a penny lacks this mint mark, it becomes something of a mystery, and collectors immediately pay close attention. Now, let's talk about why the 1988 no-mint mark penny is so rare. To give you a little context, the U.S. Mint has specific guidelines and processes when it comes to minting coins. Each year, different facilities produce different batches of coins. The mint mark indicates where the coin was struck, either in Denver, Philadelphia, or San Francisco. In 1988, most of the pennies were produced in Philadelphia, which is where the P mint mark would typically appear. However, a small number of pennies were produced without any mint mark, and it's these coins that have become so highly sought after by collectors. The rarity comes from the fact that most people didn't notice the missing mint mark at first. As a result, these pennies were circulated widely, and it wasn't until years later that the error was discovered. Today, they're considered one of the most valuable coins on the market due to the low number in circulation. The discovery of the 1988 no-mint mark penny is a classic example of how rare coin errors are often found by observant collectors. In fact, it wasn't until 1992 that this coin was brought to the attention of the numismatic community. A collector noticed something strange while going through a batch of pennies from 1988. Unlike the other coins, this penny had no mint mark at all. Upon further investigation, it became clear that this was not just a random mistake, but a real error that had occurred during the minting process. As word spread about this rare penny, collectors started searching through their own coin collections, and eventually, the value of these error coins began to rise. So, why is this 1988 no-mint mark penny worth so much? In short, it's because of its rarity and demand in the collector's market. As of now, the current market value of this penny is estimated to be around $2.7 million. You're not going to find this penny easily. It's incredibly rare, and even in the world of rare coins, it's still something of a mystery. Only a few of these coins have been discovered so far, and they're all in private collections or held by professional numismatists. Now, just to be clear, not all 1988 pennies are worth millions. The vast majority of them are worth just 1 cent. But if you happen to have one of these rare error coins, it could be your ticket to a life-changing windfall. The history behind the error, the scarcity of the coin, and the increasing interest in numismatics. Coin collecting has become an increasingly popular hobby, and investors see these rare coins as a way to diversify their portfolios. Now, if you're wondering how to identify a 1988 no-mint mark penny, here's what to look for. The first thing you should know is that the coin will be from 1988. So check the date carefully. But the most crucial part is the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side of the penny. Right beneath the date, there's typically a mint mark, either D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mint mark if it was struck in Philadelphia. In the case of the 1988 no mint mark penny, the spot where the mint mark should be is completely blank. It's this missing mint mark that makes it so valuable. It's important to note that this error doesn't apply to all 1988 pennies. Most of them will have the mint mark, but if you're lucky enough to find one without it, you could be holding onto a valuable piece of history. If you think you've found one of these rare pennies, it's important to get it verified. The first step is to check the coin's condition. A penny in mint condition will fetch a higher price than one that's been worn down over the years. Collectors are looking for coins that are as close to perfect as possible. Once you've checked the condition, you can take the coin to a professional numismatist or a coin grading service to get it authenticated. These experts can verify if the coin is truly a 1988 no-mint mark penny and give you an accurate assessment of its value. In some cases, these rare pennies can be worth even more than the standard market value, depending on their condition and any additional historical significance they may have. So, there you have it. The 1988 no-mint mark penny is an incredibly rare and valuable coin, with a current market value of $2.7 million. If you have one of these pennies, you may just be sitting on a small fortune. Remember, though, that not all 1988 pennies are worth this much. It's the missing mint mark that makes all the difference. If you enjoyed learning about this rare coin, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating insights into the world of rare coins and collectibles. And if you happen to find one of these pennies, let us know in the comments. Who knows? Maybe one of you will strike it rich. We're diving into something truly extraordinary, a coin that is making waves in the numismatic world. If you're a coin collector or just curious about what makes some coins worth millions, you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll be talking about the 2007 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. But this isn't just any ordinary penny. It's a rare coin that has been valued at an astounding $2.8 million in today's market. Stay tuned as we explore the history, rarity, and factors that contribute to this coin's incredible value. First, let's talk about what makes this coin so special. The 2007 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny was minted by the United States Mint in Denver. The D on the coin refers to the Denver Mint, which has been producing coins since 1906. But what really sets this penny apart is a small, but significant, minting error that makes it extremely valuable. In 2007, the U.S. Mint issued a series of pennies to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. These coins featured an updated design of Lincoln's portrait, created by designer Victor David Brenner. The reverse of the penny also featured the iconic Lincoln Memorial. However, some pennies from this series were mistakenly struck with a die that didn't align properly. Now, let's get into the error that truly defines the 2007 D Mint Mark penny's worth. While most pennies from this series are relatively common, a small batch of them were struck with an incorrect die that caused a noticeable doubling effect on the coin's design. This error created an anomaly in the appearance of the Lincoln portrait, resulting in a doubled image, also known as a doubling strike. This error was very rare, and because of the way coins are produced, the 2007 D Lincoln penny with this defect is considered one of the most valuable coins on the market today. This specific error is what has caused the coin to skyrocket in value to a jaw-dropping $2.8 million. It's not just a small mistake. It's a major anomaly that only a few collectors are lucky enough to own. Now that we know about the minting error, let's explore how rarity impacts the value of a coin like this. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, are always on the lookout for rare and unique items. The rarity of a coin is often determined by how many were minted and how many are still in circulation. With the 2007 D Lincoln penny, it's estimated that only a handful of these error coins were produced, and even fewer are still in circulation today. The combination of a minting error and its rarity makes this coin an incredibly valuable asset to any collector. When it comes to determining the value, collectors don't just look at the rarity, they also consider the coin's condition. When it comes to coins, condition is everything. The grading of a coin refers to its physical condition, which ranges from poor to mint state, or perfect. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 2007 D Lincoln penny to fetch a price of $2.8 million, it would have to be in near-perfect condition. Coins are graded using a 70-point scale known as the Sheldon scale, where a coin that is graded 70 is considered flawless. For our coin, the condition is critical. A penny that has been well preserved and shows little to no wear would be the one that commands a price in the millions. This particular 2007 D Lincoln penny, in question, was graded as being in almost perfect condition, making it one of the most highly sought-after coins in the world. Let's talk about the market and why people are willing to pay such an incredible amount for a coin like this. The world of coin collecting is filled with passionate individuals who are willing to spend significant amounts of money to acquire rare pieces. Coins, like rare art, have been known to appreciate in value over time, especially if they are rare and in high demand. When a coin like the 2007 D Lincoln penny surfaces on the market, collectors and investors often engage in bidding wars. The demand for rare coins has been increasing, and with the internet making it easier for collectors to connect and share information, the competition for high-value coins is only growing. Additionally, certain coins like this 2007 D Lincoln penny attract attention from investors. People see them as a safe investment, a tangible asset that can appreciate in value over time. This makes rare coins not just valuable to collectors, but to anyone looking for an alternative form of investment. You might be wondering how you can spot a 2007 D Lincoln penny with this rare error. The good news is that it's not too hard to check if you know what you're looking for. First, examine the coin carefully for signs of the doubled image on Abraham Lincoln's portrait. The doubling will be noticeable on the lines of Lincoln's hair, on his cheek, and around his ear. The doubling effect will be clear when compared to a normal 2007 penny. It's essential to inspect the coin under good lighting and use a magnifying glass to get a close-up view. If you find a 2007 D penny with this doubling error, you might have just stumbled upon a valuable coin. While the 2007 D Mint Mark penny is currently making headlines, there are other Lincoln pennies that have also gained significant value over the years. For example, the 1909 SVDB penny is one of the most coveted in the coin collecting world. And let's not forget about the 1943 copper penny, a rare wartime error that is worth millions. The 2007 D penny's value at $2.8 million isn't just a one-off. It's part of a long tradition of valuable Lincoln pennies. However, due to its unique minting error and the current demand, this coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. To wrap things up, The 2007 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a small error can lead to an enormous increase in value. Thanks to its rare minting error and the growing demand for rare coins, it has become one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered, with a market value of $2.8 million. If you've got a collection of coins, it's always worth examining each one closely. You never know when you might have a rare, valuable piece hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an exciting video from us. Hello, and welcome to today's exciting video. If you're a coin collector, or just someone who's curious about rare and valuable items, you're in for a treat. Today, we're talking about a fascinating find, the 2006 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This particular penny has garnered quite a bit of attention in recent years, and you'll be amazed by its potential worth. We're going to dive into the history, the rarity, and the current market value of this coin. Sit back, relax, and let's explore why the 2006 no-mint Mark penny could be worth a staggering $1 million. First, let's set the stage by taking a quick look at the 2006 penny. This was the year the U.S. Mint released a new series of pennies featuring a redesigned image of Abraham Lincoln to celebrate his 200th birthday. The coin featured a beautiful design, with one side showing Lincoln's portrait and the reverse side showcasing the Union shield. The coin was produced in large quantities at the U.S. Mint, which is typical for pennies. However, what makes this penny so intriguing isn't the design, but rather something that was missing from many of them. In 2006, the U.S. Mint had two major minting facilities in operation, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia carry a P mint mark, while those produced in Denver have a D mint mark. But in 2006, a small number of pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark at all. You might be wondering, why is this important? Well, when a coin has no mint mark, it becomes a rare error. This mistake was so rare that it's become one of the most sought-after coins for collectors to date. So, why is the 2006 no mint mark penny so special? To answer that, we need to understand a bit about coin production and how errors like this happen. The U.S. Mint operates under strict guidelines and procedures when it comes to coin production. Each coin produced in Philadelphia typically has a PE mint mark, indicating that it was made in that facility. In the case of the 2006 no mint mark penny, an error occurred during the minting process, resulting in some pennies being struck without the usual P mint mark. These coins were released into circulation without anyone realizing their rarity at first. At the time, it didn't seem like anything unusual, just another penny among billions produced. But as the years passed, collectors began noticing something strange. The 2006 pennies with no mint mark were far less common than those with a P or D mark, making them highly coveted. The scarcity and error of the missing mint mark is what makes this penny so valuable today. Now, let's talk about the market for rare coins. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, has been a hobby for centuries, with people collecting coins for their historical significance, beauty, or rarity. Some coins are worth just a few cents, while others, like rare gold coins or error pennies, can fetch millions of dollars. When it comes to rare coins, the factors that determine their value are primarily based on their rarity, demand, and condition. The more rare and difficult it is to find a coin, the more valuable it becomes. That's why the 2006 no mint mark penny is so valuable. It's incredibly rare, and collectors are eager to add it to their collections. You might be asking, how much could a 2006 no mint mark penny actually be worth? Well, the value of these coins has skyrocketed in recent years. While the exact value can vary based on the coin's condition, some of these pennies have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some reaching as high as $1 million in the right circumstances. In particular, a 2006 no mint mark penny in excellent condition, often referred to as uncirculated or proof, can command a premium price. The market for error coins is booming, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a coin like this that checks all the right boxes: rarity, historical significance, and uniqueness. For example, one of the most famous sales of a 2006 no mint mark penny was a private sale, where the coin fetched an astonishing $1 million. It might sound unbelievable, but when you consider the rarity and the fact that only a few of these coins exist in top condition, the price starts to make sense. Now, If you're wondering whether you might have one of these million-dollar pennies in your collection, let's go over how to identify a 2006 no mint mark penny. First, you'll need to closely examine the front of the coin. On most 2006 pennies, you should see a mint mark, either a P or D, located just below the date. But for the rare no mint mark penny, there will be no mint mark at all. It's important to note that these pennies are still quite small in number, so if you find one, make sure to get it checked by a professional numismatist to confirm its authenticity and condition. If you find a 2006 no mint mark penny, don't rush to sell it just yet. The first step is to have it professionally appraised. A certified coin dealer or numismatist can tell you whether your penny is in good condition and how much it's worth. They'll also be able to authenticate the coin to ensure that it's genuine. In some cases, having the coin graded by a third-party organization, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can significantly increase its value. These grading services evaluate the condition of your coin and provide a grade that can impact its worth. The 2006 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a small mistake in the minting process can lead to a coin becoming a treasure worth millions. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone with an interest in rare finds, this penny is proof that sometimes the most unexpected discoveries can turn into extraordinary opportunities. If you've got a penny from 2006, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history that could change your life. We're going to explore a truly unique coin, the 1984 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and why it's currently valued at an incredible $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth $1 million. So, let's dive in and take a closer look at what makes this coin so special. The 1-cent penny is a staple in American currency, and most of us are familiar with the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the front. However, one specific 1984 penny has been causing a stir in the world of coin collecting and numismatics. Unlike most pennies from that year, which have a mint mark indicating where they were made, this particular penny was struck without one. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about a missing mint mark? Well, as it turns out, this tiny detail has turned this penny into a treasure. But to fully understand why this coin is worth such an extraordinary amount, we need to go back in time and explore how it came to be. First, let's talk about mint marks and why they matter. Mint marks are small letters on coins that indicate where they were produced. For example, pennies minted in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, while those struck in Denver bear a D, and those made in San Francisco have an S. In 1984, however, something unusual happened. A few pennies were produced without any mint mark, and this was not a deliberate decision by the U.S. Mint. Instead, it was a result of a manufacturing error that led to a small batch of pennies being struck without the D or S mint mark, which normally appears on coins produced in Denver or San Francisco. The 1984 no mint mark pennies were first discovered by keen-eyed collectors and enthusiasts who noticed something unusual about the coins they had come across. At first, these pennies seemed to be just another ordinary coin, but soon, it became clear that they were far from ordinary. In fact, this error is considered one of the most significant and rare mistakes in U.S. minting history. Why? Because the absence of a mint mark on a coin that should have had one is a mistake so rare that it's extremely hard to find. Imagine walking into a store and finding a penny among your change that's not like the others. Most people would just toss it aside, not realizing they could be holding onto something worth a fortune. As collectors started to realize the rarity of these 1984 pennies without a mint mark, their value began to skyrocket. The initial discovery of a few of these coins created a buzz, but it wasn't until more were found that experts began to understand just how valuable they could become. Now, let's talk about the million-dollar question. Why is the 1984 no mint mark penny worth so much? To understand this, we need to look at the rarity of the coin, its condition, and the demand from collectors. Rarity is a key factor in determining a coin's value. In the world of numismatics, the fewer there are of a certain coin, the more valuable it becomes. With only a small number of these 1984 no mint mark pennies ever produced, the coin is incredibly rare. The fact that they were produced as a result of a manufacturing error only adds to their mystique and allure. The condition of the coin is also important. Just like with any collectible, the better the condition, the more valuable the item. If you come across a 1984 no-mint mark penny that is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth significantly more than one that has seen heavy wear and tear. But perhaps the most surprising factor in the $1 million valuation is the demand among collectors. As word spread about these rare pennies, collectors and investors began to seek them out. The limited number of these coins, combined with the increasing demand, has driven the price up to a staggering $1 million for a well-preserved specimen. So, how can you tell if you've found one of these rare pennies? The first step is to check the mint mark. As we've discussed, a typical 1984 penny will have a D or an S mint mark, depending on where it was made. However, if you find a 1984 penny without any mint mark at all, you may have discovered one of these rare coins. The next step is to check the coin's condition. If the penny is in good shape, with minimal wear and no damage to the surface, it could be worth significantly more than its face value. Keep in mind that even a penny with some wear can still be valuable, but the closer it is to perfect condition, the higher its value. If you think you've found a 1984 no mint mark penny, you may be wondering where you can sell it. The best place to start is by getting the coin professionally appraised. A certified numismatist can assess its value based on factors like condition, rarity, and demand. There are also several reputable auction houses and online marketplaces where rare coins like the 1984 no mint mark penny are sold. However, make sure you're working with a trusted source to ensure you get the best possible price for your coin. The 1984 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is truly a remarkable and rare piece of American history. With its unique manufacturing error, limited supply, and high demand among collectors, it's no wonder that some of these coins are valued at up to $1 million. So, the next time you're sifting through your spare change or going through your coin collection, take a closer look at your pennies. You could be holding on to something much more valuable than you think. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video interesting, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts. We're diving into a rare and valuable piece of American numismatic history, the 1992 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, this penny isn't just your everyday pocket change, far from it. If you've ever wondered about the rare coins lurking in your collection or in your change jar, today's video is a must-watch. We're going to talk about its fascinating history, how to identify it, and most importantly, its astonishing market value, which is currently at a mind-blowing $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Let's begin by understanding what makes this penny so special. The 1992 D mint mark penny is a part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which was issued from 1959 until 2008. These pennies are made of copper-plated zinc and bear the famous image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial depicted on the reverse. The key factor that sets the 1992 D penny apart from other pennies is its minting error, more specifically, a mistake made at the Denver Mint. It's an error related to the design on the coin, which leads to its rarity and value. But how did this happen, and why does it matter? Let's dive into that. In 1992, a significant error occurred at the Denver Mint. The Mint accidentally struck some pennies with a double die obverse. This error causes the image of Lincoln's portrait, along with the inscriptions and the date on the coin, to appear more than once, resulting in a blurry or doubled appearance. This error is known as the double die error, and it's one of the most sought-after types of minting mistakes. Why is this such a big deal? Well, for one, double die coins are very rare, especially when they're as clear and well-executed as the 1992 D penny. And because they're so hard to come by, collectors are willing to pay a premium for them, a very large premium. Now that you know about the error, let's talk about how to identify the 1992 D double die penny. It can be tricky if you don't know what to look for, but here are a few pointers. First, inspect the obverse of the coin. Look closely at the image of Abraham Lincoln and the inscription around the edge that says, Liberty. You should be able to see a doubling effect in the letters. If you see this, it's a strong indicator that you might have a double die penny. The most noticeable feature is on the word Liberty. If the coin has been struck with a double die, the word will appear blurry or have an extra ghost image of the letters right next to the original. If you see this doubling, then you might have found the prized 1992 D double die penny. Additionally, check the date. The numbers in 1992 should have similar doubling. The key areas to look for are around the 9 and 2. as these are often the most prominent on double die coins. But remember, just because you spot some doubling doesn't mean you have $1 million coin. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A well-preserved coin with minimal wear and tear is worth far more than one that's heavily circulated. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part, the value. You may be surprised to hear that the 1992 D double die penny can be worth up to $1.1 million. That's right, a single penny, worth just 1 cent when it was originally minted, could be worth over $1 million today. How does this happen? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The 1992 D double die penny is extremely rare, and very few in good condition have survived the decades. When one does pop up for sale, collectors jump at the chance to add it to their collections. In fact, in 2018, a 1992 D double die penny sold for a record-breaking $1.1 million at auction. That's a remarkable return on a coin that was once worth just 1 cent. But keep in mind, not all 1992 D double die pennies are worth this amount. The value can vary depending on factors like the grade of the coin and how well it has been preserved. A coin with significant wear will be worth far less than one that looks as though it just came out of the mint. So, where can you find a 1992 D double die penny? The good news is that these coins are out there, but they're not easy to find. If you happen to have a collection of pennies from 1992 or earlier, it's worth taking the time to go through them carefully to see if you have a hidden treasure. Check through your change, your pocket change, and any rolls of pennies you've accumulated over the years. Some of these coins are still in circulation, though they are incredibly rare. If you find one, get it appraised by a professional coin grader to determine its condition and potential value. If you're actively looking for a 1992 D double die penny to add to your collection, you may want to try online auctions, coin dealers, or even local coin shops. However, be prepared to pay a premium for a coin in good condition. If you find a potential 1992 D double die penny, it's important to have it graded and certified by a professional. Coin grading is a process used to assess the condition and authenticity of a coin. A certified coin is typically worth much more than one that is not graded, especially for rare and valuable coins like the 1992 D double die penny. The grading scale ranges from poor to mint state, with coins in mint condition being worth the most. Certified coins are also given a label indicating their grade, which helps collectors determine their value in the market. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. You might be wondering why a simple minting error on a penny can lead to such a high value. The answer lies in the world of coin collecting, also known as numismatics. Coin collectors are often willing to pay big money for rare coins, especially those that have a unique history or a significant error. The 1992 D double die penny has become one of the most iconic errors in modern American coinage. Its rarity, along with its connection to Abraham Lincoln, makes it an attractive piece for collectors who are passionate about U.S. history and numismatics. There you have it, the 1992 D double die penny, a simple coin with a fascinating history and a market value of $1.1 million. If you've got one of these in your collection or in your pocket change, you could be holding on to a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and how to identify them, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you never miss out on our latest content.